Real Madrid 2, Chelsea 3, but Real Madrid win 5-4 on aggregate in such an entertaining Champions League tie. Wow, what a game at the Bernabeu. As always, if you guys enjoy football reactions, Why Football is a place to be, so do me a favour and subscribe on my road to 700 subscribers and drop your thoughts of the game in the comment section down below. As a Real Madrid fan, Chelsea fan or a football neutral, I'd love to hear it. What a game. What a game. I've got the stat split screen with me. As you can see, Chelsea dominated the chances, but they just could not win this game. I mean, I reviewed the first leg, and in it I thought Chelsea were out for the most part. Real Madrid looked better, they looked more clinical in front of goal, and they came away from London with a 3-1 lead. But Chelsea went to the Bernabeu, and it was just as the doctor ordered for them. They scored a goal early with Mason Mount. Then they continued to pressure, went out of half time, and scored instantly again with Rudiger to make it 2-0. And then they carried on pressing. They even scored a third goal through Alonso, but it got ruled out for handball. It was unfortunate because it did accidentally touch his hand, but by the law it was handball, got ruled out, rightly so. It didn't matter though, because Timo Werner scored straight after, and it was 3-0 Chelsea. No one gave them a prayer, and they were winning 3-0 in the Bernabeu, and at that point they're through, because there's no away goals or anything. They are straight through with 3-0. Real Madrid came back and scored with Rodrigo, and then with 10 minutes left, no one could score and it went to extra time. But then who's in extra time? The main man, Karim Benzema, pops up 6 minutes into extra time. Great header. Unfortunate slip by Antonio Rudiger, but he put Real Madrid up. So they're down on the night 3-2, but up on aggregate 5-4. And Chelsea, although they created so many chances, so many cuts, like gilt-edged chances, they just could not find the back of the net again, and they leave the Champions League. They crash out in the quarterfinals. But what an entertaining fixture, what an entertaining 2 legs. I guess my overall thoughts are Chelsea, although you can say the first leg cost them, they had more than enough chances to win this game today. They won on aggregate and they scored, they won on the night. They lost on aggregate, but they scored 3 goals today and they easily could have scored 6 or 7. Pulisic missed a few gilt-edged chances. Kai Havertz, even Jorginho right at the death missed a few chances. Honestly, Chelsea could have scored 8 goals today. And I'm not even joking when I said that. The chances they created, they played so well. They just could not find the back of the net for one reason or another. I have no clue why. And on another night, they easily could have done what they did to Southampton and scored 6 past them. It's just so unfortunate for them and their fans, because this is just heartbreak by any means. You go into the night thinking, we ain't really got hope, just try our best. Then you go from that to absolute, really just living off a prayer, to them being the favourites and going through, to then going back down to getting crashing out again. It's a roller coaster of emotions, literally gone from the bottom to the top, back down to the bottom again. They've done a whole little like horseshoe movement, the Chelsea fans, and the emotions around the football club. And it's unfortunate for Chelsea because at the end of the day, the Premier League, they're just kind of coasting right now. They're most likely going to finish 3rd. They're not going to challenge Liverpool, Man City. Fair enough, they're still in the FA Cup run, and they're playing Crystal Palace next weekend, I believe. That's a favourable tie for them. They avoided the Liverpools and the Man Cities of the world. Yeah, okay, Crystal Palace isn't a nailed-on win for them. Patrick Vieira's got a good side in Palace, but you cannot tell me you wouldn't rather Crystal Palace over Liverpool or Man City. So they can easily, or they've got the best chance of reaching the FA Cup final. But this here would have been a great chance. Go through to the semi-finals, play either Manchester City or Atletico Madrid. You are a good cup team, Chelsea, especially in the Champions League. You've had a good record recently, of course, the holders of the Champions League. But they just crashed out here and they've only got themselves to blame, Chelsea. And the way I see it is Man City going to be looking at this and licking their lips if they get through. Atletico Madrid less so because they don't really have any attacking threat. But Man City looking at this, they're going to be like, Real Madrid gave Chelsea chances. You give us those kind of chances, we're burying you. We're putting you away, putting you to the sword. Because Chelsea had chances today, man. I mean, Havertz a couple of headers. Pulisic came on a few headers. Jorginho at the end. I mean, you can literally count them on all your fingers. Gilt-edged chances. I still can't believe Chelsea didn't put some of them away. Overall, though, in terms of the game itself, I have to say, brilliant game of football. 2 entertaining sides, high intensity. Real Madrid will go through to the semi-final, and I believe if they play Man City, they will get beaten by Man City. I think Man City can easily overcome Real Madrid. Real Madrid play well in moments and have got an absolutely world-class striker in front in Karim Benzema that can get you a goal from absolutely anywhere. But I just don't think the balance is quite right in that squad, and I think the age shows at times. They just don't have the legs, like the Modric and the Kroos of the world. brilliant footballers, especially on the football, experienced, but they just don't have the legs at times. And I feel like if Man City and Foden and the Riyad Mahrez and all them, man, try and run through them, I don't think they'll have the capacity to stop them. I'm going to give a quick shout out to Unai Emery and Villarreal because they beat Bayern Munich to go through to the semi-final to play, let's be honest, Liverpool in the next round. Big shout out to Unai Emery, man. I mean, I'm an Arsenal fan. I've been through the times with Unai Emery. Were Arsenal unfair to sack him? In my opinion, it was the right move to sack him. Not because I thought Unai Emery was a bad manager. I never ever believed he was a bad manager. I think he's a great tactical manager. I just didn't think Arsenal was the right football club for him. And that's just the way it goes sometimes. I mean, look at David Moyes. Great manager for Everton. He's doing brilliant right now for West Ham. He flopped at Man United. It just wasn't the right man for that club. Just because it doesn't work out at Arsenal for Unai Emery, it doesn't mean he's a bad manager, and it doesn't mean that Arsenal made the wrong decision to move him on. At the end of the day, right, his English wasn't the best. The players clearly didn't respect him in one way or another. And it was the right thing for both parties to move on. And I'm happy for him that he's found a home in Villarreal. And he's now taking them to the Champions League semi-final. So a massive achievement for him. And big congratulations to him, Coquelin, and just Villarreal as a whole. They've done really well to get to the semi-final. And look, Arsenal moved him on. You could say in hindsight, why'd we do that? He's an excellent manager. At the time, you were calling for him to get moved on. So please don't argue that it was a bad decision to move Unai Emery on. You were probably the same people who were thinking that at the time were like, we need to get rid of Unai. We need to get rid of Unai. It's toxic around the club. So Arsenal got rid of him. They moved on to Arteta. Unai's gone to Villarreal. He's had a great time there. It's the best for both parties. And I honestly think if Unai stayed here, it would not have got much better because he lost the dressing room. And once you lose a dressing room, it's very hard to recover that. But yeah, that's enough about Unai Emery and Villarreal. Well done to them. They're most likely going to play Liverpool. Back to this. What a Champions League tie. I mean, a great advert for football as a whole. Two intense teams. Big shout out to Vinicius Jr. What an incredible player to watch. My favourite position to watch on the football pitch is wingers. I love the way they just pick up the football and make stuff happen. Like, I watch football for wingers most often than not. It used to be cams, but I think nowadays the cam has become a little bit kind of redundant in football. You don't see many teams run a pure centre